Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramah First Nations people. An absolute pleasure to have you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies here with us today. How fabulous. Oh, just got to chill up my legs, which tells me that the guides are here and they're ready to go. Okay, what I want to have a quick look at is the troops that fled, not the troops, the young people, male, who fled Russia to avoid conscription. And you're talking about hundreds of thousands. They've fled to Poland, to Finland, to Kazakhstan, to anywhere where they can get out. Now, just want to see what their future holds for them. I'm not feeling that it's going to be anything dire. What I am seeing is that when this regime is toppled, that they will be free to come back, because there'll be a vacuum for a short period of time, but then a form of democracy will replace the autocratic regime. If you go back, reading months and months ago, I read on that, but we'll have another look to see how they're going to go. Now, I just wanted to mention that the anti-drone system supplied by NATO will be deployed within days. I did read the other day on Kherson. Basically, it was a very challenging reading, just warning people to get out, because this new general that's been brought in, Sergei, whatever his last name is, I've got it written down there a couple of pages back. He was the general in charge of the military in the Syria incident, or Syria invasion, and he has no qualms whatsoever about just levelling everything. So the Russian regime have come out going, oh, we're so sorry, we hit some civilians by mistake. No, he didn't. It is his method is to literally bomb into submission, and he doesn't care. So even though he's come out with a supposed apology, it will make no difference to what he's doing, and it is not an apology. It is just there to try and appease the UN. So if you are in the Kherson area, whichever way you can go to safety, and even if that means going into Russia, if you've got family that you can shelter with there, as much as I'd rather you didn't, this is speaking from a very safe Australian point of view, I am imploring you to go where you can go, where you will be safe. This will be over and you will be able to return. But the plan of this general is literally just to flatten. I'm sorry, I'm feeling extremely lightheaded when I say that. It's not pleasant at all. Okay, but the anti-drone system will be deployed within days. Again, it's his policy. This is why he's hitting Kiev with the deliberate whistling drones, whistling missiles. If you remember, it was the whistling missiles in World War II that were so fearful, because it's the sound as much as the actual hitting the target. So, sorry, a lot of energies there. Okay, I'm going to do a story about the conscripts who have fled Russia. Oh, I'm getting chills. Right, I ground my feet, and when I get chills starts from my feet, comes up my legs, goes through my body. It means the guides are here with me. They are protecting me, but they say, yes, you need to read on this. You need to read on this. When I get lightheaded, it's them saying, you're spot on, girlfriend. Okay, the hermits popped out, isolation, review, having to overcome obstacles on the path forward. But let's see where it goes. Tell me about the story about these conscripts that are fleeing Russia. What does the future hold for them? How are they going? Pleased to see that there was the prisoner swap the other day. I think that was more a propaganda action rather than a heartfelt prisoner swap. But tell me about the conscripts, the potential conscripts that are fleeing Russia rather than signing up. Tell me about these conscripts. Tell me about these conscripts. He's trying to find the right cards to tell the story, and that's okay. Come down with me. This card pops out a lot when I'm talking about this particular topic, when I'm also talking about Russia, when I'm talking about the future of Russia. It's the Four of Pentacles. In many decks, which I'll bring you up while I'm chatting away, in many decks this card is the figure that is sitting there clutching its four coins. It can mean insecurity, it can mean playing cards close to your chest, etc. But in this particular deck, which is my runic tarot deck, absolutely gorgeous deck. That's the strength card. Absolutely love this deck. This is in this particular deck, this is about holding on to what is precious while everything burns to the ground. So this is what the conscripts are going through at the moment. They are taking what is precious in their lives, and at the moment it is them, it is their lives, while the Russian regime burns to the ground, and this war is just an absolute disaster for Russia. Thank you. Yeah, getting a scalp prickle now. But that's what it is. It's about protecting in the here and now what can be protected, while the rest just is destroyed around them, in front of their eyes. Okay, let's see where this leads. Right, the Nine of Cups. In this, challenged by the Nine of Cups or supported by this Nine of Cups. Thank you. Thank you, Naren. Yes, that was him, support. This is my card in this particular deck for, if I call it the resistance, the underground, it is about the meeting of like-minded people in locations, cafes, pubs, secret corners, making partnerships and agreements and coming together on an emotional level. So this is my card for the resistance. So what is happening is that they are fleeing with their lives, basically, what is precious to them, the few possessions that they can carry, and they are forming this, I'm not saying all of them, but there is a portion of them, quite a significant portion. Thank you, Master. That's interesting. That's the words he gave me, significant portion, are planning a resistance. Thank you. They are still in contact with people inside of Russia, and they're also making plans for coming back when I'm being told when the war is over and the regime is toppled. I'm being told that at the same time, and I have always said that when the regime is toppled, this war will be over. Okay, right. Base of the reading. It's all about community. That's all they want, is they want to be left alone with their families, to have a life, to love, and to be part of their community. Going back to a simpler time. Loving that there's these Ukrainian style flowers in this cup here. But this is all they want. They don't want this war, they want this Peace. Thank you guys. Oh boy, they get putting themselves into this reading big time. In the past, new emotional beginning. So them fleeing know that they have to, for the sake of this new beginning. They cannot be involved in this war. So this is about, thank you. It's in the past, so those that have already fled, it is about bringing about a new beginning to the future of Russia. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Boy, they're telling me here, this is the energies that they're bringing. They are inspired by, now, both the Queen and King of Wands, when I'm reading about this section of the world, are my Zelensky and my Navalny cards. So they are finding themselves inspired by those figures. They are bringing forth a passionate message and a new plan, a message of a new plan. Crowning the reading. Okay, immediate future, loss and disappointment. Thank you. This is still what is occurring. We've got this indolent, half decomposed figure, which to me is the Russian regime, the Russian oligarch powers that are there. They are corrupted. Okay, thank you. Corrupted to the point of decomposition. Okay, thank you. But they're still toying with lives. To them, it means nothing. These cups are filled with the ordinary people, and they're just nonchalantly tipping them over. They don't care how many die to support their cause. Okay, but that's the immediate future. That's not the long-term outcome. Externally, judgment. Yes. A call to arms, a collective awakening, which is the meaning of this card. So these are, when I'm talking about those that have fled, they are hearing a call to arms, and there is a collective awakening amongst them and amongst the people of Russia. Okay. Internally, Wheel of Fortune. Times are changing. The fortunes are rising and falling. And what you find with the Wheel of Fortune, it's the fortunes on top that fall and the fortunes on the bottom that rise, and the ones at the bottom that are rising are the Russian people. Now let's see what I can actually see in this card while I'm looking at it. Because it's not the usual Wheel of Fortune card. Yeah, it is very much about the fortunes rising and falling. There's no one thing in that card that is leaping out to me. Okay, hopes and fears. Russia itself, the motherland. The regime of Russia itself is the fear about to what lengths it can, what lengths it can go to at this stage. Lengths is not the right word. What's the right word, Meister? He's telling me the right word, and I'm just trying to bring it to the four tentacles. Thank you. There is the fear of the tentacles that can come forward. However, there is also this hope, very much about a rebirth of abundance. There is this real hope of these coming forward and bringing a new Russia with them, birthing a new Russia. Okay, thank you. Outcome. The Magician, manifesting possibilities, bringing the magic to the table, creating new. Thank you. It's just simply creating new is what it's telling me. The Magician, they have all the tools at their disposal. They have the cups, the pentacles, the swords, the wands, everything is at their disposal to bring forward possibilities. Thank you. The Fool. Ooh, 2 major arcana. Yes, I do like. Actually, I'm looking at the number of major arcana as we're finishing this reading, which is saying, take note. This section is important. The future, the call to arms, the collective awakening, the rising and falling of fortunes, the Empress, the birth of a new Russia, the Magician, manifesting all the possibilities with and opportunities, the Fool, a new start, stepping out with faith and courage in a new beginning. Oh, I didn't like that one, but okay, let's have a look. Eight of Swords. Okay, at the moment they are feeling there is some constriction. Right, what we have is thank you. These are the oligarchs, the wealthy, the regime, are going to find themselves constricted. Thank you. This is nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Coins, usually the woman standing in the garden surrounded by the pentacles with the bird on her hand. We actually have the wise old owl sitting on her shoulder here. Okay, thank you. So this luxury is going to be constricted. Eight of Pentacles. A lot of work going on behind the scenes. This is the battle of good versus evil. The Moon. Over this rose in the cloche, which is Russia. So it's not over yet. It's a lot of information going to come forward very quickly. Plan coming to fruition. And here is my Ukraine card. Plan coming to fruition. Ukraine, Chariot, my Boudica card, things happening very quickly. Strength. So the strength, things in regards to what's going on in Ukraine at the moment. Oh, okay, thank you. This is the drones, the anti-drone system being deployed. A lot of help coming very quickly. The plans coming to fruition to protect Ukraine very quickly. And strength. Great card to finish up on. On the base we have 10 of Wands, which is about it's bringing things to an end. Often it's the burden card, but it's not in this particular deck. It is about planting these seeds of magic, planting these seeds of diversity and unity, boundaries being set, moving on to calmer waters. There are things that have not yet been revealed, contracts and agreements that are going on behind the scenes in regards to this government, in regards to, sorry, I'll take that back, that's not the government, that this is those that are this is these guys, this resistance behind the scenes. So there is talking and contracts and agreements coming into place. Okay, thank you, Master. He's talking about the setting up of a new government. It's not been revealed as of yet, but it is to move Russia. It's packing up the truth and moving it towards a new sunrise. Okay, so multi-layered there for these conscripts, potential conscripts that have fled the country. They are, from what I can gather, they are being very active outside of Russia in a portion of them, not all of them. Some of them just left because for their own safety and for the future of their families. But what I'm getting is that they are leaving. There are quite a significant portion of them working behind the scenes to in preparation of toppling the current regime, and bringing forward a new government. Okay, sorry. I hope that made sense. Okay, well, that's actually really good news. I mean, as ghastly as it is all happening over there at the moment, that makes me feel positive. Sending so much love to those in Ukraine. For those that are new to me, just be aware that I draw on source energy. I'm very particular about not drawing energy from others. I draw energy from source, and then I send it out in a lattice around the world to those parts that need it. And I'm picturing not a dome, but a lattice of protection over Kiev in regards to these missile drones. I'm trying to get one over Kherson, but really what's happening, the image I'm getting is that as the people leave, this lattice is following them to protect the people. Okay, thank you for joining me. Love and light to you all. Take care.